From the city of Buckeye, and I'm filling in as your chair for this morning. So good morning to the members of the MAG Transportation Review Committee. As a reminder, we'd like you to please turn your mics on and clearly state your name before speaking to ensure that all members of the audience can hear you. Please mute your mics when not speaking to eliminate any feedback noise. Because this is a virtual meeting, a roll call vote will be taken for each action item on the agenda. Phone-only attendees will need to press *6 to unmute themselves. We will now begin the meeting with a roll call of all members. Linda, please do the roll call.
Thank you. When I call your name, please indicate you are here for the record. Shahid Abbas.
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you. Grant Anderson.
Here.
Thank you. Ben Bitter.
Here.
Thank you. Jason Crampton.
Here.
Thank you. Keith Dronowski.
Here.
Thank you. Jorge Gastelum.
Here.
Thank you. Henry Ikwat Ukwa.
Present.
Thank you. David Janover.
Here.
Thank you. Kinney Knudsen.
Here.
Thank you. Scott Lowe.
Here.
Thank you. Adina Lund.
Here.
Thank you. Hal Marin. Jamie McCracken. David Meinhardt for Mark Melichenko.
Here.
Thank you. Chris Bridges for Sumit Mohan.
Here.
Thank you. Paul Mood.
Here.
Thank you. Paul Patney.
Here.
Thank you. Christopher Solis. Robert Yabez for Shelley Seiler.
Shelley Seiler's here.
Oh, thank you. Eric Stewart. Bob Thaxton.
Here.
Thank you. Ed Stillings. Kristen Teitler. Here. Thank you. John Kraft for Christopher Wanamaker.
Here.
Thank you. Michael Weber. Oh, I see him connecting to his audio. I'll come back to him. Steve Wilcox. Herschel Workman. Jan Martin for Mohammed Yosef. RJ Zetter. And Mike Weber, are you here? He must be having audio issues because I see him on the screen. Have I missed anybody? We have a quorum.
Thank you. Moving on to agenda item number 2, call the audience. An opportunity for public comment on the agenda was provided ahead of the meeting. Linda?
There are no public comments.
Thank you. Item number 3, Transportation Policy and Planning Director's Report. Tim Stroh, MAG Transportation Policy and Planning Director, will provide a report to the Transportation Review Committee on activities of general interest. Tim?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning, members of the Transportation Review Committee. It's great seeing and chatting with you this morning. Thank you again, Mr. Lowe, for filling in for our chair and vice chair today. Sincerely appreciate that. I have 3 updates that I'd like to give to the group before we get into the agenda. First one is regarding RARF and HERF revenue collections. RARF revenue collections continue to do extremely well this year. June collections were 12% higher than June the previous year. HERF collections were approximately 15% higher than June of last year, which is good news since the last 2 months, April and May, HERF collections were on par with collections from the previous year. So it's good to see that it's improving for summer. Next item I have on the agenda is regarding enabling legislation. By now, you are all aware of the unexpected veto of House Bill 2685 by Governor Ducey that would have authorized Maricopa County to place the extension of the dedicated half-cent sales tax to support transportation on a March 2023 ballot. At the direction of the MAG Regional Council Executive Committee, MAG staff is currently in the process of exploring all options available to the region to ensure that that revenue stream necessary to support a robust transportation system that facilitates continued economic prosperity remains in place. Yesterday, MAG Regional Council and Transportation Policy Committee met in a joint session, passing a resolution reaffirming the region's commitment to this end. While MAG staff provided a preliminary risk assessment of immediate and long-term impacts of the veto to policymakers, more analysis and legal research findings will be provided later this fall. I want to thank all the member agencies for your continued support and commitment moving forward on this item. If you have any questions regarding this, please reach out to Audra Kester-Thomas or John Bowen after the meeting. On my last item, I wanted to make the committee aware that Jackie Genie, MAG staff, is no longer working with us. She's taken a different opportunity, and we wish her and her family the best. Jackie was responsible for managing the arterial life cycle program here at MAG. So we are currently searching for her replacement. But in the meantime, if you have any questions at all regarding the ALCP, please reach out to John Boland with any questions. Mr. Chair, that completes my report.
Thanks, Tim. Now on to item number 4, approval of the consent agenda. Items 4A through 4D are on the consent agenda. If there are any items the members would wish to take off of the consent agenda. Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the consent items 4A through 4D?
I move to approve Anderson, Youngtown.
Thank you.
Second, Adina Lund from Peoria.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. We will do a roll call vote. Linda, please take the roll.
Thank you. When I call your name, please indicate how you vote. Shahid Abbas.
Yes, please.
Thank you. Grant Anderson.
Aye.
Thank you. Ben Bitter.
Aye.
Thank you. Jason Crampton.
Aye.
Thank you. Keith Dranowski.
Aye.
Thank you. Jorge Gastelum.
Aye.
Thank you. Henry Ikwat Ukwa.
Aye.
Thank you. David Janover.
Aye.
Thank you. Kenny Knudsen.
Aye.
Thank you. Scott Lowe.
Aye.
Thank you. Adina Lund.
Aye.
Thank you. David Meinhardt.
Aye.
Thank you. Chris Bridges.
Aye.
Thank you. Paul Mood.
Aye.
Thank you. Paul Patney.
Aye.
Thank you. Shelley Sealer.
Aye.
Thank you. Bob Thaxton.
Aye.
Thank you. Kristen Teitler.
Aye.
Thank you. John Kraft.
Aye.
Thank you. Mike Weber. Steve Wilcox.
Aye.
Thank you. Jan Martin.
Abstain.
Thank you. The motion passes.
Thank you. On to item number 5, second project deferral request for Maricopa County FY 2022 and 2023 Safe Routes to School Support Activity Project, Solano, Tumbleweed Elementary, and Eagle College Preparatory School. Item number 5 is on the agenda and will be presented by Margaret Herrera, MAG Transportation Safety Program Manager. This item is on the agenda for action.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the Transportation Review Committee. As mentioned, this item is on your agenda for action today. Next slide, please. So this is a Maricopa County Safe Routes to School Support Activity type project that was funded back in 2019. It was first deferred in August of 2021 due to the school closures. You can imagine there were no Safe Routes to School activities being conducted. So we deferred those projects. In addition to that, the county requested a swap of the Montebello School for Solano Elementary in January of 2022. And I'm going to introduce Mr. Don Cross from Maricopa County to complete this presentation. Next slide, please.
Hi, this is Don Cross. The reason we're asking for this, our staffing constraints created conditions that such that the funds would be more efficiently used if they were deferred. The funds allow us to provide money for our Safe Routes to School program coordinator, and it allows us to use funding in the 2022 and 2023 school calendar years. The schools would be, again, just Solano, Tumbleweed, and Eagle College Prep, and there's no change to the funding amounts requested. Next slide, please. Any questions?
I have one,
Go ahead, Grant.
Anderson. What happened to Montebello? Did it take care of itself?
Montebello became a preschool, and they weren't doing any safe routes activities. So we went ahead and worked with the Osborne School District and identified Solano as an elementary school that could be added on to the grant.
Thank you.
Are there any other comments and questions before we entertain a motion? Okay, hearing none, is there a motion to recommend acceptance of a second deferral request for the Maricopa County Safe Routes to School Support Activity Projects, MMA 21-803 and MMA 22-801 for funding in fiscal year 2023 and fiscal year 2024?
So moved.
And who moved?
Shahid Abbas, Glendale.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second, Dave Meinhardt, Scottsdale.
Okay, so we have a motion from Shahid Abbas and we have a second from David Meinhardt. Linda will do a roll call vote of all members participating. Please indicate how you vote.
Thank you, Shahid Abbas.
Aye.
Thank you, Grant Anderson.
Aye.
Thank you, Ben Bitter.
Aye.
Thank you, Jason Crampton.
Aye.
Thank you, Keith Dranowski.
Aye.
Thank you, Jorge Gastelum.
Aye.
Thank you, Henry Ikwat Ukwa.
Aye.
Thank you, David Janover.
Aye.
Thank you, Kenny Knudsen.
Aye.
Thank you, Scott Lowe.
Aye.
Thank you, Adina Lund.
Aye.
Thank you, David Meinhardt.
Aye.
Thank you, Chris Bridges.
Aye.
Thank you, Paul Mood.
Aye.
Thank you, Paul Patney.
Aye.
Thank you, Shelley Seiler.
Aye.
Thank you, Bob Thaxton.
Aye.
Thank you, Kristen Teitler.
Aye.
Thank you, John Kraft.
Aye.
Thank you, Steve Wilcox.
Aye.
Thank you, Jan Martin.
Aye.
Thank you. Chair, the motion passes.
Thank you. On to item number 6, fiscal year 2023 update. Item number 6 is on the agenda and will be presented by Patrick Stone, MAG Transportation Improvement Program Supervisor. This item is on the agenda for information and discussion. Patrick?
Good morning, Mr. Chair, members of Transportation Review Committee. Pleasure to be here today to present this item. So I'm going to be presenting, providing updates from the TIP team on fiscal year 2023. If I could get the next slide, please. As part of an ongoing effort to improve coordination and communication between MAG and member agencies, MAG has been setting up one-on-one meetings with member agencies for the months of August and now September. We had to move into September as well. Of the 32 agencies that we have contacted, 22 meetings have already been scheduled with an additional 3 pending. So I wanted to take a moment to thank staff from all of the agencies who reached out. We've had very good feedback on these meeting requests. They've been great about scheduling the meetings, working with our calendars. So much appreciated for that. So the first part of these meetings is dedicated to project review. The goal is to review all the projects in the TIP that are listed as either planned, underway, are obligated, with a particular emphasis on those projects that are in federal fiscal year 23 that are using MAG federal funding. As you know, MAG federal funding is on a use or lose basis. So we really want to get ahead of this and kind of figure out what the landscape looks like for fiscal year 2023. In addition, we also want to talk to member agencies about how those projects that are planned for 23 are doing. Are they on schedule? Are we looking at any potential deferrals? For those that would be eligible, might there be a need for closeout funding? So what we're trying to do is kind of understand what fiscal year 2023 will look like before we actually get started with the year. Next slide, please. Next part of those agency meetings will be dedicated to reviewing key documents that my team uses in administering the TIP. First will be a quick review of the Transportation Programming Guidebook, as you see noted in the center of the screen. We just published the new guidebook for fiscal year 2023. For those that have reviewed the guidebook previously, this is a marked improvement. You will notice this document is a lot easier to consume, easier to follow. Hopefully it highlights the key things better. I did want to take a second to thank Aisha Alam and Steph Stearns from my team for the work they put into this. It was certainly a team effort, but they stepped up to the plate to get this done. In addition, there's two other documents that we use a lot. One are the project status workbooks that we do twice a year, reach out to member agencies to get kind of a temperature check on where projects are at. And then in addition, we have the MAG Federal Fund Programming Guidelines. Neither of these documents have been consciously updated in a number of years. So the thought is, and we've already provided copies of the documents to agency staff, to have staff review these documents, provide feedback. Are you using these? Do they make sense? Do you understand what the goal of those documents is? Where might you see improvements? And then take that feedback back and incorporate it as we begin the review process to update those documents. Next slide, please. And then finally, sort of a catch-all for the meetings, but I wanted to make sure to dedicate at least 15, 30 minutes with each agency to just sit down and let them approach us with any conversations they might want to have, whether it be specific to the TIP, perhaps other things that fall under John Bullen's group, but just to kind of understand if there are other items out there where we could be providing some service and value to agencies and hopefully build that dialogue. Most agencies have been okay with meeting in person, so the intent is to meet on site where possible, virtual, obviously, if needed, and just build those connections between my team and the team at your agencies. Next slide, please. And with that concludes my presentation, Mr. Chair. As noted, this is just for information and discussion. And at this point, I'm available for any questions. Thank you.
Members of the committee, are there any comments or questions? Well, thank you very much, Mr. Stone. I guess now we're moving on to item number 7, member agency updates. Are there any announcements by TRC members?
Mr. Chair, this is Chris in Goodyear. I have one quick one.
Go ahead.
We officially, as of yesterday, given notice to proceed to HDR. We are updating our transportation master plan. And just kind of giving a heads up to our surrounding partner agencies, cities and towns and county that I'll be reaching out to you all. We're going to have a focus group and stakeholder group that I'm going to be requesting your participation in. So be on the lookout for that in the next coming couple of months.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, item number 8, request for future agenda items. Are there any requests by a TRC member for a future agenda item? Hearing none, we move on to adjournment. Thank you very much, everybody. The next meeting is going to be on Thursday, August 25th at 10 a.m. And we'll probably have the appropriate chairman at that time. Have a great day.
Thanks, Scott.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care, all.
Bye.